From Freud, we get the notion of the unconscious mind as a reservoir of irrational, conflicting impulses. His ideas have become part of our vocabulary.
In today's video, we're diving into the controversial, brilliant, and often misunderstood life of Sigmund Freud, a man whose theories forever changed how we think about the human mind, dreams, and even childhood. From his groundbreaking ideas about the unconscious to the scandals that surrounded his work, we're unpacking it all. So stick around till the end, because whether you admire Freud or question his legacy, this journey through his life will challenge everything you thought you knew about psychology and maybe even yourself. Sigmund Freud was born on May 6, 1856, in the town of Freiburg, nestled in what was then the Austrian Empire, today's Czech Republic. He came into the world in a modest Jewish household, the first child of Jacob Freud and his wife, Amalie. His father was a wool merchant, stern and distant, while his mother was affectionate and nurturing. Two opposing forces that would deeply color Freud's understanding of human relationships. When Sigmund was just 4 years old, his family uprooted to Vienna, the city that would become both his home and intellectual crucible for the next 78 years. Although Freud often expressed distaste for Vienna's stifling traditions and anti-Semitic undercurrents, it was in the heart of this imperial capital that he would go on to shatter many of the era's most sacred assumptions about the mind, identity, and sexuality. Freud's academic path began with a passion for sciences. Inspired by Goethe's essay on nature, he enrolled at the University of Vienna in 1873, initially focused on physiology and neurology. His mentor, Ernst von Brücke, introduced him to the strict scientific methods of Helmholtz and other materialists of the time. But Freud wasn't content to stay within the confines of the laboratory. His curiosity soon turned toward the enigma of the human psyche. By the early 1880s, Freud was working at the General Hospital in Vienna, diving into neuropathology. Around this time, he also developed a deep and controversial interest in the medical uses of cocaine. Freud believed the drug had therapeutic potential, especially for depression and pain relief. He promoted it publicly, even as it led to disastrous consequences for one of his closest friends. This early gamble, though damaging to his reputation, foreshadowed Freud's lifelong audacity to challenge convention in the pursuit of relief for human suffering. In 1886, not long after marrying Martha Bernays, a woman who would become his lifelong companion and the mother of his 6 children, Freud returned from a formative study trip to Paris. There, under the guidance of the famed neurologist Jean-Martin Charcot, Freud had witnessed the mysterious workings of hysteria and hypnosis. For the first time, he entertained the idea that the mind, not just the brain, could be the root of illness. This notion would crack open the door to psychoanalysis. Back in Vienna, Freud opened a private practice and began experimenting with new therapeutic methods. Alongside physician Joseph Breuer, he worked on the now famous case of Anna O. Her emotional release through storytelling, what she called chimney sweeping, proved that speaking about trauma could heal. From this, Freud began developing the talking cure that would become the cornerstone of modern psychotherapy. Freud's turning point came in the wake of a personal tragedy. In 1896, his father died, unleashing a torrent of repressed emotion. Freud responded not with silence, but with analysis of himself. Night after night, he examined his dreams, recording and dissecting them in what would become one of his most revolutionary works, The Interpretation of Dreams. In it, Freud proposed that dreams were the disguised fulfillments of repressed wishes, especially those of a sexual or taboo nature. The unconscious, he argued, was not some dark, inaccessible pit, but a vibrant realm of hidden truths. By giving it a structure composed of the id, ego, and superego, Freud gave humanity a mirror into itself, one that reflected desires we often dare not name. As Freud's theories evolved, so too did the reactions to them. He spoke of infantile sexuality, unconscious desires, and the infamous Oedipus complex, all with unflinching boldness. Many in polite society recoiled, yet others were captivated. Psychoanalysis gained traction across Europe and America, and Freud soon found himself at the head of a growing movement. He was not without critics or schisms. His closest collaborators, like Carl Jung and Alfred Adler, eventually broke away, disillusioned by Freud's insistence on sexuality as the core of human behavior. Yet Freud pressed on, his writings growing more ambitious. From The Psychopathology of Everyday Life to Civilization and Its Discontents, Freud expanded his reach beyond the clinic to art, culture, and religion, offering explanations for everything from humor to mass hysteria. As the storm clouds of Nazism gathered over Europe, Freud, now elderly and battling oral cancer, faced persecution as a Jewish intellectual. In 1938, he fled Vienna for London, barely escaping the Gestapo. A year later, on September 23, 1939, he died by assisted suicide, having requested a final dose of morphine from his doctor to end his pain. But death could not silence the man who gave voice to the unconscious. Freud's ideas, however debated, critiqued, and reinterpreted, continue to shape how we think about ourselves. He didn't just map the mind, he revealed its depths, its desires, and its dangers. And in doing so, he offered a language for the inner life we're all still learning to speak.